Oh, someone is already even saying sustainable, sustainable greetings. Yes, yes. Sustainable greetings to each and every one of you. So let us know in the chat where you're joining us from, how you're feeling this evening, and of course, definitely sustainable emojis, sustainable terms are all welcome for us to know how you are doing this evening. And on behalf of the leadership of ADF Africa, I like to say that this is the ECO30 live show. And of course, we are not all new to what the ECO30 sustainability challenge or the sustainable living challenge or the impact challenge is all about. Of course, it's more like there are about three different terms that we make use of for this project. So, but at the end of the day, we all know the goal with which we are all pursuing, and we really want to shout out to each and every one of you that has been consistent and practical with carrying out each and every campaign since the day one, and all the actions and daily tasks that we've been dishing out on the sustainability 30 days sustainability journey. And definitely we are sure that by the end of the 30 days we are definitely going to be making a great impact upon our planet, and not alone about our planet. We'll be making a great impact on our individual health, on our individual lifestyle, and of course, we'll be making an influence and impact upon the people that are around us and in our various communities. So, welcome once again, and we are glad to have you here. Yes, I see a whole lot of things going on in the chat. I see, greetings from Kenya. Okay, great. Greetings from Madagascar. Fantastic. Sustainable greetings to you, and we are glad to be having you this evening, of course. And yes, I just quickly, in a minute or two, for a few of us that would like to give a feedback of what our experience has been this past you know first we did this first week of the 30 days impact challenge. I want to give maybe two three persons the opportunity to raise their hand. Okay, greetings from Enugu, Nigeria. That's fantastic, you're welcome. I want to give an opportunity to two three persons to use the reaction to raise their hand, and when I see your hand raised, it will give you the permission to unmute yourself and to make your contributions. What has your testimonies been like? What has happened to you differently? Have you gained anything from this challenge so far? Have you impacted the people around you positively since the start of this challenge? What has your WhatsApp audience been commenting as you've been posting the challenge every day? What has your LinkedIn audiences, your IG, across the social media? What has been the reaction of your followers? So maybe one or two persons want to speak now. You can do well to raise your hand, and I would, allow you to tell us what your experience has been like this past 6 days. Anybody? Okay, great. I still see what is going on in the chat. I see greetings. Yeah, greetings from Enugu. You're welcome. Yeah, greetings. Oh, from Lagos, Nigeria. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So, do we have anyone who wants to share their experience with us? Of course, I want to believe that some things must have happened which were not quite expected. Maybe some persons would have made some arguments on your post, or maybe there could have been some contributions that you feel like, oh, they are very fantastic, and you want us to explore, or you want to share with the co-participants on the challenge. You can do well to let us know. You can do well to let us know. Okay, no one wants to share their experience with us. Okay. Well, if you're not willing to share, or maybe while you're still okay, I see Khadija. Oh, great, great, great. Khadija, you can just unmute your mic and then you take the floor.
Thank you so much. Good evening. Greetings from Mombasa, Kenya. So, as my name appears, I'm Khadija Ismail Suleiman. I've participated since day one. And if I am to reflect on the past 6 days of participating in this challenge, I can say it has been incredibly eye-opening and also fulfilling. So I can say also each task has not only allowed me to explore new ways to live sustainably, but also reinforced the importance of small and everyday actions in making a positive impact of the environment. For example, the issue of reducing single-use plastic. We have been doing it with my students. I'm a teacher in a high school, so we have been doing it. And when the challenge came in, it made me realize that what we have been doing all along has made impact, and also reusing the single-use plastic I think I sent a picture whereby we made a hole on the bottle top, and then we put it in a inverted position so that the water can drip slowly as a way of using water sparingly in watering plants, and it also saves time. So all these activities that we have been doing are very much impactful to our environment, and it has also been very empowering to see how these simple changes in habits can contribute to a larger goal of environmental conservation. Yesterday was the hardest because normally on Fridays we prepare pilau and we use meat in pilau. So I saw the challenge very early in the morning at around 4:30 a.m. And I was like, oh, so today we are going to have pilau without meat. But we did it. We had our pilau without meat, just with salad and some, I don't know how it's called in English. We call it figili. It's like a vegetable. It has like a white potato. They're called radishes, I think. So it's good, and I really enjoy what people are sharing on their LinkedIn accounts about the whole challenge. So as I continue with the challenge, I look forward to discovering more ways to minimize my carbon footprint and live in harmony with the planet. Remember, we do not have any other planet. This is what we have. So we have to take care of it since there's no planet B. So I believe together we can do it, and we can have one eco-friendly choice at a time. So thank you so much for the opportunity. And I'm looking forward to more challenges.
Wow. Khadija, if there's something like the winner of yesterday's challenge, I think I want to give it to you. You could just, you know
I
what's
will gladly
interesting.
take it.
Okay. I think everyone wants to agree with me that we should just give Khadija the winner of a no meat eco impact days challenge for yesterday. That's
Oh, it's not
fantastic.
easy. Having pilau without meat, it's not easy.
Wow. Thank you very much. This is a testimony that we are glad to hear. And, it interests us the more to understand that being a teacher, your students would learn from you, and it is more like a transferred education. Oh, somebody say Khadija for the win. Oh, yes, Khadija for the win. So we are very happy, and we are glad to identify with your action for yesterday. And just like what you have done yesterday, we hope that every other days you will be able to continue with the actions and to make further impact upon your community and your students. Thank you very much, Khadija. And of course, we hope that we would see more impact from you in the coming days. Thank you very much. So yes, any other person that is willing to share with us. Of course, I know yesterday's challenge was quite, maybe in a little way controversial, because while I was going through um the community yesterday, I see a whole lot of reactions. People were saying, "Oh no, I cannot do without meat. I've been eating meat all my life. I don't want to practice no meat," and so many things. And I could see some other persons trying to make arguments for the footprints and environmental impact of meat on its own. And yeah, I realized that it has really been quite a fantastic journey. Quite a fantastic journey. So I was hoping that there will be any one other person that will be willing to share with us. It necessarily doesn't have to be yesterday's challenge. It could be from the day one. Maybe any experience you had with your reduced reviews challenge of the day one, maybe a challenge about the sustainable energy practices, okay, or maybe even today's, yeah, buying in bulk. So it could be any experience here that you want to share with us. So we have quite a few more minutes for us to entertain that if you really want to share with us. I think I saw someone commented that still trying to understand the challenge and oh, someone saw a meat monger yesterday. Oh, so that person has eaten various kind of meat even to yesterday's challenge. I don't worry. The person just has to come and learn from Khadija. And of course, if the person is on the call this evening, I'm sure the person will be hearing Khadija's testimony and the person will be moved to action also. So it's a gradual process, of course. And we are sure that over time, more persons will be influenced by the challenge positively and join us in practicing. So at this point now, I want to say kudos to each and every one of you for the effort so far. For those of you that participated on the game yesterday, of course, it was one of the little fun that we added to the challenge, and it was nice seeing your inputs on the game yesterday. And for those people that joined the hangouts the day before, I understand. I think I got a report that we enjoyed the hangouts, and of course, definitely we'll be doing another one very soon. But the only thing I want to say is you don't want to miss our sessions. Every of our sessions are filled with values, with lessons, and of course, the fact that we are all in a community of like minds, impact makers, change makers, makes it fantastic. So it means that you are in an environment that supports your efforts, that amplifies your efforts, and that gives you confidence that together we can all change the world. So right now I want to call on Mr. Abioye, who would be giving us. I've seen quite a number of things going on in the chat. Some persons asking what's the challenge about. A few questions and all of that. But right now, I want to invite Mr. Abioye, who will be giving us some information about the ECO30. Just a few other things that we feel is important for each and every one of us to know. So he will be coming up now to give us a bit of information about that. I hope we are all still very much here, and definitely just after that we would be having our guest speakers on the call. Of course, you would have seen the flyer for tonight, and if you have taken a little time to check who these people are, you will see that these are the kind of persons that would dish value, to you on this session this evening. And I can assure you that definitely value is going to be served. But let's listen to the ECO30 information first. And just after that, we would go on to the next. So, Mr. Femi, you're welcome, sir.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Mayowa. It's been a wonderful evening and a sustainable evening. Good evening, everybody. I believe you can all hear me. Good evening. It's good evening to you all.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Glad to have you.
Good evening.
After today's section, after the lecture and interaction, I will still come on to give some little details, but just to give a brief information about ECO30 challenge for those of us that are still confused, I've received a lot of message concerning that. Why am I in this group? What is going on and all that? So now, first and foremost, why you are in the group is because you applied for ECO30 challenge and you accepted the message that was sent to your mail to participate in the challenge. Yes, after many review, you are part of those that are selected. So what is ECO30 challenge? ECO30 challenge is a 30 days challenge that will run through the month of April. It has started since April 1st and it will end the last day of April, the whole 30 days, for good 30 days. So what are we doing, or what we will be doing, or what have we been doing, whichever one is convenient for you. All right. So ECO30, during the ECO30 challenge, we'll be giving you content, we'll be supplying you with some activity to work on, to engage yourself in, so as to ensure a sustainable lifestyle. That's just the summary. That's just the summary. So we supply you the content. This content cut across every area of life. I mean, some of you that have been participating actively, you must have been dazed by, wow. So sustainability involved this area. So we are also talking about sustainability in this area. Yes, it's cut across our here every area of life. So just get ready to learn, get ready to share, get ready to also testify to the good works of sustainability through this ECO30 challenge. So please, when you receive the mail, ensure you read properly, ensure you read the content properly, then share across your social media platform to get your people engaged, to get your friends, your family, your peer group, to get them engaged in it. And you also take action. It's not just to share, it's not just to send across the social media, but to also be a partaker, participate in it as you are preaching the gospel, also be the doer of the gospel of ECO30 Sustainable Living Challenge. So other information will be shared after we have our lectures, our interaction, and all that this evening. I believe this brief information about ECO30 Challenge has cleared a lot of doubts about why am I here and what are we doing. Thank you so much.
All right. So thank you very much, Mr. Luafemi. But I think I will just briefly want you to speak about, I think there has been some confusion about some terms and maybe some housekeeping rules. I see some people in the chat saying they just joined the challenge today. Maybe they need a bit of information and all of that. So maybe you can just take your time to talk about the LinkedIn community, the WhatsApp community, and the housekeeping rules, and maybe some terms. Like I see someone saying over the community that maybe the person doesn't really know what the term actually means. So I saw that little act that we were saying, oh, it could mean it. If it could mean something, there was just chats going on in the community. So please give some clarification, just so everyone is cool.
All right, thank you. Actually, that's part of what I intend to do after the entire conversation, but let me just use this opportunity to do that then. So please, I want every one of us to pay rapt attention right now, because it is the same set of questions we have been receiving over and over, and we kept on answering these questions. And I expected some of us to read the answers to those questions from the community group chat. So let me just chip in this one also. On the WhatsApp community group chat, once you are in, just go to the group description. That will give you an introductory information about rules and some other necessary information. So I will run through that. So for those of us that were confused about what is TEF, TEF, TEF is just an acronym for tracking and evaluation form. Tracking and evaluation form. This form is used to track your effectiveness and your engagement on daily basis. how far you have done with the challenge on daily basis. So we have designed it for your own conveniences. If you want to fill it on daily basis, the form can actually take you through that. If you want to fill it on weekly basis, the space is also open for you to do that. But as a person, I will encourage you to do that on daily basis so that you don't get things mixed up, and you'll be able to follow your engagement properly. Yes. So the link to the form, once you click on the group description, you will get the link. Likewise, the last content, the last flyer of every daily content you have access to, that last flyer, the link on that flyer is the TEF link. That's the tracking and evaluation form link. So you just copy it, bit.ly bit.ly /ECO30 TEF. It's as simple as that. So you just type that on your browser, or you copy it on your browser, and it open up straight up. Then you fill it accordingly. Either you want to make use of the daily option or the weekly option. So that's what TEF is all about. There's no TV. We are not stealing. All right. So the next thing is about the group chat, how to communicate. Please, the group chat contains a variety of people across Africa. So we need to respect each other, ensure that anytime you are passing your opinion, pass it in a respectful manner, respect people's opinion, respect people's suggestion, respect people's comments. Don't just uh, use vulgar words or any annoying word. Please, let's stay truthful, and let's be law abiding. So that's the first rule of engagement on the group chat. The next one is anytime you want to ask questions. We have over 800 people on that group. So if 800 people are chatting at the same time and you are asking questions, definitely we might not be able to view your question. But the best way to get your question is by using a special means of attracting us. And that means is by using your 3 big fish. Please don't use slim fish. For those in Nigeria, don't use that small kote fish. All right, so we have that wonderful 3 big fish. Just go to your emoji, use that 3 big fish to indicate that, okay, I'm asking a question. So that will make us to spot your question easily. And while we are responding, also, we make use of the chick that chick that is just ashing. We are, that question you are asking shows that you don't know it. So that chick is coming out of the egg, is coming to limelight. So we're trying to educate you. So that's how you get to your response. That's how you get your answer. So once you see that 3 chicks, that's an answer. That's the answer to question, either to somebody's question or to your question. So you do well to read them. It might be funny or it might be helpful that the question you want to ask is just the question that has been answered. So that's the mode of asking question. Then opening and closing of the group opens by 4 p.m. GMT +1 and closes by 10 p.m. GMT +1. 4 p.m. it opens GMT +1 from Monday till Thursday, and closes 10 p.m. GMT +1 Mondays to Thursdays. But on weekend like these, we leave it open all through the day for you to have your engagements, for you to have interaction with everybody. So weekend, the group will remain open. So do well to engage properly. Then the other one is posting on LinkedIn and all that. Please ensure that you share your experience on the ECO30 community LinkedIn page. Please, is very, very, very important. That's where you have to post that experience. Let's also get people, let's involve ourselves in positive engagement. Likewise, you also post it on your own platform so that people that are connected to you can also see it. Anybody that visits your page can also see what you are doing. is not let me say that yes, you can post on WhatsApp, but within 24 hours, WhatsApp get cleared off. But when you post on your LinkedIn, when you post on your Facebook and all that, people get to see it over and over. Unless you delete the account, it will be there forever. So, but officially for us, ensure you post it on LinkedIn and the ECO30 community group page on LinkedIn. So these two platforms is the one that we will be checking constantly. But for further reach, do well to post it on other social media platforms. So I believe I've been able to give us brief information. So in case you still have any other question, do well to make use of the right format of asking question on the group chat, and we will attend to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Over to you, Mr. Maiwa. Mr. Maiwa, are you there?
Yes, I'm very much here, sir. Thank you for that extensive explanation. I'm sure that, of course, all the concerns have been sorted already. And however, if you still have further concerns, you can still drop them, on the chat here, and our program managers they are very much available to answer to your concerns. So thank you very much. So of course, I know that many of us had already seen what we were talking about this evening, and definitely I'm sure it's a topic of concern to each and every one of us. Okay, participants are unable to. Okay, I see someone trying to access the Zoom link. Okay, do not worry. That will be attended to. Our program managers will definitely they will attend to that. So this evening we want to be looking at an exciting topic. We'll be looking at advancing circular economic practices amongst households and organization. And of course, we have two amazing speakers that would be speaking to us on that topic this evening. However, I'm a little curious. Maybe one or two of us on this call. I just feel like to know what our understanding of the topic is. I'm sure many of us have been hearing circular economy and all of that long before now, but I still feel like, what do you actually think the circular economic whole thing is all about? I just need maybe one or two persons to very quickly unmute their mic and share what they feel circular economy is all about. Anybody that is willing, you can just unmute yourself and give me your understanding of what circular economy is all about. It doesn't necessarily have to be the textbook knowledge. It doesn't have to, just your perception of circular economy. Anybody, please. Yes. Do I see anyone?
Hello, good evening.
Oh, fantastic. Good evening.
Yeah, I'm Chuka Beke by name.
Oh, great.
So what I understand by circular economy, I understand circular economy as economy that has to do with conservation. So it has to do with, for instance, try to renew things, reuse, just to avoid waste of certain things that, instead of disposing them, that can actually be reused. So circular economy has to do with reuse. Thank you.
Oh, great. Thank you very much. Yeah, John Hobasi. Yes, let's hear of you. Let's hear from you, please. John Obasi, you have the floor. Feel free.
Hello, can you hear me?
Very clearly, very clearly.
Okay. My knowledge of circular economy involves the going out of the linear model of consumption, where you extract from the environment, use, and then discard, and transiting into a system where we can repurpose what we use, where there is no end to a life cycle of a product, where a product is used and converted to either a different purpose or recycled. So that's my knowledge of a circular economy and all of those. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Khadija is telling us that circular economy is an economic system that is aimed at eliminating waste and the continual use of resources. In other words, circular economy products and materials are reused, rather than being disposed of after use. Another person, Oluwatosin, is saying that circular economy is turning waste into wealth. Fantastic perspective. Anyways, when we get to meet our expert speakers now, we would be able to really understand, of course, whether or not our definitions or our views, opinions, and perspective of circular economy is very right or not. So upon this, I want to present to you this evening our amazing speakers who are right on the call with us now. And the first person that I want to introduce to us is Mr. Daniel Oderinde. Mr. Daniel Oderinde is a sustainability professional with a master's degree in packaging technology and sustainability from the University of Applied Science in Vienna, Austria, and he holds a bachelor's degree in metallurgical and materials engineering from the University of Lagos. He has worked with social enterprises in Nigeria and managed several innovative recovery and recycling projects for packaging waste, community engagement events, facilitated corporate recycling programs in partnership with leading organizations across various sectors. And he has also managed environmental sustainability related projects and programs. Mr. Daniel is very skilled in project and programs management, ESG practices and leadership, and is presently tasked with driving the delivery of Nigeria National Plastic Action Partnership, that's the NPAP. Of course, you can agree with me now that having Mr. Daniels on this call this evening is an advantage to each and every one of us that really wants to learn a thing or two about advancing circular economic practices, because this is just somebody at the forefront of driving the delivery of the Nigerian National Plastic Action Partnership. So, Mr. Daniels, I just wanted to, say hello to the participants while I introduce the, second speaker for this evening. So, Mr. Daniels, you want to quickly say hello to our audience?
Thank you very much, Mr. Mario, and good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. I really want to congratulate you for the great work you're doing, and I'm looking forward to a productive discussion tonight. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much. We really appreciate you. And also with us on the call this evening is our own very great and amazing madam. That is Madam Jumoke Olowokere. Madam Jumoke Olowokere is an ecopreneur with over 10 years experience in the education sector, both in the public and private institution. Locally and internationally, she's very passionate about enlightening and engaging children and adults in best practices around waste management, recycling and upcycling by creating trainings and resources around the topics and discussions of circular economy. With her experience in upcycling, she trains women and children on organic backyard gardening, using hydroponic and vertical gardening in small spaces. And through this initiative, she has been able to help over 3,000 homes to grow their own food within their home space. She's an alumni of Academy of Women Entrepreneur by the U.S. Mission in Nigeria, an alumni of Global Entrepreneurship Training West Africa, and her vision for 2025 is to train 2 million children in functional upcycled arts and to also empower 200,000 unemployed youths and widows in Africa. Upon this same topic of upon the same topic of circular economy within and beyond Africa. So, Madam Jumoke, you want to say hello to our audience, ma? Good evening, ma.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. I'm so honored to be here. Sorry, I can't put on my video now. I'm driving home, but I'm so honored to be here.
Thank you very much. Thank you for finding the time to join us. We really appreciate you for your time, because we quite understand that you have quite a busy schedule and you have a lot of engagements, but we really appreciate the fact that you are able to join us this evening, and of course we appreciate your time. Yes, so this evening I present to you the participants of the ECO30 Sustainable Living Challenge, which will otherwise hashtag as the ECO30 Impacts. And this is a 30 days sustainability practice journey, which over 700 Africans have decided to, practice and to promote within their own spaces in their communities, and to influence people around them, such that we can have more people come into the practice of sustainable development. So right about today, we are on the day 6 of the challenge, and of course we've been considering several topics every day and key actions which each and everyone on this call has been practicing for the past 6 days. So we've had several topics on the concept of reduce, reuse, recycle, and all the R's that are attributed and accommodated within the circular economy. However, I was trying to set the motion for this discussion, and I'd asked our audience to give a perspective of what circular economy is. And of course, they've been able to share their opinion about it. However, I feel I should ask Mr. Daniels to help us from the expert perspective to set the background for this conversation this evening. What exactly is circular economy, sir, Mr. Daniel?
All right, thank you very much. Those that have spoken earlier have actually been able to make a good description of what circular economy is. It's a very broad aspect, and I would say it's in levels. Key highlights of a circular economy includes reuse. Definitely, you have to reuse a material to be able to practice a circular economy. You must be able to regenerate, and you must be able to keep a loop. And as we all know, circle is something around, right? Something that goes round and around. That means when you start from a point, you have to go around and get back to the exact point and go around again. And several processes in Nigeria today that we have thought to be circular are actually not circular, they are linear. And it will shock you to really get to know that even recycling, not all recycling patterns are circular. Some recycling patterns are actually linear. And I'll give you an example. Because I work in the plastic space, I would use plastics in most of my analysis today. So when you take a PET bottle, and after using it, you recycle it into maybe a bench. By so doing, you have finally been able to recycle, right? You've created a good end-of-life purpose for that plastic bottle, right? But then you've not practiced a circular economy, because you would then need to depend on virgin feedstocks to bring another bottle into the system. So that is not circular. Because when you even prepare a bench is now another material that is probably a composite. You've mixed probably sand, you've mixed some other materials to make a bench, because of course you can't just use only a PET bottle to make a bench. You've used some other materials. It's now a matrix that is even more difficult to recycle. When that bench gets bad, when it gets spoiled, you can't recycle it. So you have even created more problems into the system. But when you take a PET bottle and you recycle it into the same PET bottle, you have finally been able to practice a circular economy. That means you've brought that virgin material, you've made a plastic out of it, you've used that bottle, and you've recycled it into making another bottle for reuse. So it becomes a circle in that way. And that is what circular economy actually is. But then we are not saying that other practices are not elements of circular economy. Fine, we have upcycling, we have a lot of other repurpose aspects for plastics and other materials. They are also we have refurbishing as well. They are also elements of a circular economy. But the main aspect or the main purpose of circular economy is that you bring a material, you use it and keep it in the same loop, so that you are not depending on a virgin material to be introduced into the system again. So that is how I will try to explain it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I want to quickly ask Madam Oluokere. I know that this is what she has been working on, and at the Waste Museum, it is what they do. So I really want to ask her that what is the current state of circular economy and waste management in Africa right about today? This discussion is not limited to Nigeria alone, because we have participants from several other African countries and even beyond Africa. But of course, we just want to scope the focus now to what it is within the Africa perspective. So, Madam Jumoke, please.
The question, before I can talk about the African perspective, we must first of all mention what is happening in our own domot, like we will say. My own definition of circular economy is, I'll start it from saying circular economy is a lifestyle. It's not only I'm not going to be talking about circular economy as per material alone. I'm going to be talking about it as a lifestyle. I'm going to be talking about it as related to plants, animals, humans living together without generating waste. That's the way I define my circular economy. I'm not sure when it's going to enter the dictionary of definitions yet, but based on what I've been doing in the last 15 years, I will say circular economy simply means zero waste, but it is not talking about zero waste of materials alone. It has to involve plants, it has to involve animal, and it has to involve human beings, as God has created it from the foundation of the earth for these three basic elements, which are the living thing that is in the environment, to live together so that the waste of one can become food for the other. That is actually the life balance. And that is what circular economy is all about. So when we are talking about circular economy, I'm talking about it from the perspective of how God has created it from the beginning. When you look around us, all these plenty of definitions that we have now is not, that's not how God intended it. It is not, it's not nature about waste. There's nothing called waste in nature. When you look at the definition of how nature is created, one thing is supposed to be somebody's food, somebody's waste is actually supposed to be food for the other being. So that is, so when you're looking at it from that perspective of plants, animals, humans, both all these three living together in a space without one harming the other, and the waste of one becoming food for the other. When you now want to look at it in the perspective of Africa, you can see that we have not even started anything. Because there's no place around us that you will see that you will not see waste. You will see waste of humans, humans wasting away, talent wasting away, skills wasting away. You see resources wasting away. You see animals being wasted. You see somebody coming here now. I passed just today. I was driving around somewhere in this my Ibadan, and I was almost crying because I saw a lot of waste of forest being cut down because humans wants to put a concrete that will not be beneficial for the plants or that will not be beneficial for the animals on that particular space. So when you are looking at it from the perspective of, let's start from our Oyo state, then let's take it to Nigeria, then let's take it to Africa. You can see that we have not even gotten the idea of the concept yet. for us not talk about say we are even on the track. We are just about to start scratching the surface. I hope we get there one day. I hope we understand it more, and I hope we understand the danger of what humans, because we are the majority. We are the one that is causing most of this wahala. I hope we will one day, everybody realizing the danger and the disaster that is actually waiting to happen if humans continue with what we are doing presently, and we don't sit up and stand up and realize that we all need to take circular economy as a lifestyle.
Yeah, thank you very much for that insight. Thank you very much, Ma. I think I want to pick from your contribution now that you believe that we are yet to even start, really practicing circular economy, because there's still so much wastage going on within our zones and our spaces. And this is bringing me into the next question, which I want to ask Mr. Daniel, that what do you think are the challenges of achieving circular economy and sustainable waste management practices in Africa? Because now it is obvious, based on what Madam Oluwakira just said, that we have such challenges. So, Mr. Daniels, do you want to help me on what you think are the challenges to achieving circular economy and sustainable waste management, sir?
All right, thank you very much. And I would like to appreciate Madam Jumoke for contributions to the topic too. Just like she has said, nature is being affected by several artificial processes in the world today. And it's getting worse. In fact, artificial intelligence is even coming into the picture. So we are going far away from nature. So it's not looking like something that is going to get better anytime at all. So that is a problem. For Nigeria or Africa at large, the challenge we have most time is the fact that we are very slow in catching up with technology. We have very limited, we have the resources, but application, government problems, challenges here and there, corruption eating the system is what is affecting Nigeria and Africa at large today. We've seen the advanced nation grow from, recycling to tapping into renewable energy. They are finding very, very feasible solutions to waste management today, such that even biogas production is something that is normal now in places like Finland, but look at us in Nigeria today. We cannot really boast of a single biogas plant. And by biogas plant, I mean by the time, food waste, for instance, can be used to generate fuel. So that is what biogas is actually about, using food waste, agricultural residues to make fuel for your vehicles and plants and things like that. We've seen it happen in Nigeria for a while, but it wasn't sustainable. So we have the resources, because if you want to look at it, that okay, what really is the problem? You might be quick to say it is the fact that we don't have enough money to implement these things. We have the resources, but corruption and every other thing is making us not able to adopt these best practices. I'll call them best practices in the sense that okay, in the plastic space, for instance, too, we've seen how that the reverse vending machine is used in collecting plastics, right? You go to a supermarket, there's a machine, just like an ATM machine, where you put your plastic, and for the amount of plastic you put there, it gives you money that you use to even shop and buy some other things. So these are very practical things that can easily be brought into the African system. But look at the society today. There's hunger in the land. Let me put it that way. People are hungry for food, and you would agree with me that if such a machine is brought into Nigeria, they will tap out, they will steal it. It will be gone before you know it. So it's an economical, it's a societal problem. It's just it goes beyond just we addressing environmental issues. There is the economy part of it, the society part of it that is preventing Africa from really establishing or implementing sustainable practices or a circular economy. So that is how I would like to put it. But if we are able to sort out many of these societal problems, behavioral change too is a very great aspect to our mentality. We all have the tradition of doing things right from time. We all believe that you just take a plastic, use it and throw it off your bus. You don't even care where it's going to land. Some people don't even understand what it means when we say that plastics are having an hazardous effect to aquatic life. They don't understand. The UN sustainable goals is targeted at addressing different things. And one of the things that we are trying to address is the fact that by 2050 there'll be more plastics than fishes in the ocean, right? That is what
Yes.
we have been told, but not everybody knows about this thing. But when we try to educate ourselves, when we try to change our mentality, everybody would get to sit up and see that, okay, we are really creating a problem in this system, and we really need to take collective responsibility to address it. So it is awareness, it is a societal challenge, poverty, the wrong mentality of people, corruption. These are things that are really preventing us from tapping into our resources and fully implementing a sustainable or circular economy. Thank you.
Very much, sir. You have just touched across diverse and different, challenges, hotspots, which have become an hindrance towards effective circular economy. In Africa, and I love the fact that you have been able to mention case studies, beyond Africa, which many of us may decide to look into, maybe after this discussion. But specifically of interest to me is your last mention, talk about the behavioral change. Yes, talk about the behavioral change. And this is leading me to ask Madam Molokere this question. When we talk about behavioral change now, how can households or organizations, all right, advance the adoption of circular economy and sustainable waste management practices? Because I see that Madam Molokere, she enjoys more practicality than just so much of English. So that is why I really want to hear from her on this, particular one. How can households and organizations advance the adoption of circular economy and sustainable waste management practices, ma?
It's a very great question. I just got home now. It's a very great question that you asked, but let me see how to. I'm going to be looking at it from the aspect of what we have experienced as a functioning space that is trying to achieve that. It's not been easy. Now, let me give you a brief scenario. I always tell households that start from sorting. That is where you start from.
Mm-hmm.
Start from ensuring that your waste does not end up in one bin. Get a bag, no matter whether it is a bag or a bucket or whatever you want to get. Sort your waste. You cannot put your food waste into your plastic waste. You will call me and say, come and pick up my plastic. I won't answer you, because I will not be putting my hand inside your dustbin. But get one bag, put all your plastic waste in the bag, put all your glass waste in another bag. Start a garden. One of my campaigns is for every family to grow their own food and grow their own medicine. We still don't see the reason why we must do that. But if you see how many people I have attended to this week about health and about the fact that the orthodox drugs are no longer working, because the problems people are facing now are not answering to the orthodox medicine, because the chemicals that we are inhaling from our environment, from our food, the orthodox drugs are not answering to it anymore. May we not fall sick. May we not require hospital medication. That is when we will know that the danger we are doing by not growing our own food, growing our own medicine, is a great one. Now, when every family start their own garden, no matter how small your space is, I'm taking you to the front and bringing you to the back, because this thing is a process and it is not going to be easy. Let us start telling people that are talking circular economy that it is not going to be easy. Everything around you will work against you. The government will work against you. Your environment will work against you. Even the aggregators that want to come and collect the plastics that you have sorted out, they will work against you. Okay, somebody will call me and say, oh, I've listened to you. I have 5 bags of plastic that I've collected and I want you to come and pick it up. You cannot bring it because if you want to bring 5 bags of plastic to me, you would not spend at all. You will spend at least 1,500 naira on top of transport. If you bring that 5 bag of plastics to my place, if I measure it, it may not weigh 5 kilograms. And 1 kilogram is sold presently at 100 naira. So have you made back what transport money that you used to even bring it in the first instance? So is that easy? That is not easy because it's not even sustainable for you to say, I want to come and drop plastic for you because I've sorted it out. You can see all the things that are fighting against you being sustainable. Because even if you say you want to collect your plastics and you want to keep it, to even get it to the person that will use it is another wahala. And that's why we'll advise every waste you are generating, it must start from reduce. Don't say because you want to live sustainable life and you are sorting, you now keep buying plastic bottle of water. You'll be buying five cartons of water every month, and you are generating 5 cartons of plastic bottle. Why don't you start from reducing? Instead of buying plastic bottle, why don't you buy dispenser water bottle that will not require you using plastic bottle? All these are behavioral change that you have to sit down, ask yourself, for my own space, what are the ways that I can reduce, reuse, then sort out for recycling, then refuse? It's part of our own R. There are so many ways we have to say no. If you are not going to use it, if you don't have anywhere to use it, don't collect it. Then you go to repair. That is when you cannot go to upcycle. If you have to go and learn a skill for you to know how to upcycle, the idea is that the waste of Mokola should not come to Dube. What is he coming to come and do? Now, I've said all this to say that for you to be living a sustainable life, a secular, it is not going to be easy because every system will fight you. But you have to be determined that that is the way to live a sustainable future for the children that are coming. It's not even because of us anymore now. It is the children we are going to give birth to. Their own children, if the Lord tarries, will they get a place to even say they want to stay that is non-toxic? Would they have a floor, a soil that they can even use to plant? Will we not have destroyed all the soil before they come? When we see it like that, we will know that it is not about whether it is convenient for us. Presently, our system is working against circular economy. Because even if you collect the waste, to get it to an upcycler, to get it to an aggregator that will use the waste, it's another wahala. So what we do, we have a cluster of people that are into this and I want to do this. And we now take the pain to go around and collect what they have sorted out at our own expenses. So I have to schedule it. So if you call me and say, oh, I have 3 bags of plastic, but I will tell you, oh, where is your area? I'm not coming to that place until next week. So keep it for me till next week. Somebody called me today and said, oh, I have 5 bags that I've already kept for you. I said, don't worry. I'll be coming to church on Sunday. After service, I will branch at your house. Why? Because I have bought 20,000 naira fuel that will not take me more than twice to go out. All these are systems that is working against circular economy. That was why I said we have not started. We never start. But we will not give up because each of the challenges we will face will make us stronger, will make us stand and say, even if everything is working against circular economy, we will still do it. I remember when we started collecting at the Waste Museum, we were using our plastic bottle, we were turning it into gazebos, we were using it to plant. But there was a particular waste that we could not use, and that is waste from wrappers, wrapping nylons. Nobody's collecting it. And because we don't have a dustbin at the Waste Museum, everything we collect, we always keep. But guess what we started doing? I started asking God to give me inspiration on what I can use the wrapper to do, that I will not have to be looking for what to do with it. And early this year, we got an idea. And guess what? We only worked on the idea for 2 months and we ran out of plastic wrappers. We had to start calling all the schools around us that they should start saving plastic wrappers for us because it was not enough for the project we wanted to do. That is what everybody needs to do. Everybody needs to fight this war together so that the waste from your house I used to tell people, I said, in this my life, if they are putting label on all the waste that we use, you will not see my waste anywhere. We went to a conference with Emmanuel recently in Lagos. Every waste that I used is in my bag. I brought them to Ibadan, including my sweet wrapper, including my biscuit wrapper. I kept it in my bag. I brought it to Ibadan. That is how passionate I am with this call. My waste will not be found in the waste that they will call pollution. Nobody needs to know, but I know, and my God knows. That is how we all need to do. Our waste should not be part of the waste that they see as pollution. You have to be intentional. My bag is loaded with all waste. Every waste that I've generated today now is inside my bag. I brought it to the museum. We will find something to do with it. And that is what everybody needs to do. And not just to be talking about it. We must also begin to start buying upcycled. If I make the product, if you don't buy, we are all sitting down here, over 50 of us. How many of us have bought an upcycled product this year? How many of us bought upcycled product last year? But have you given gifts to people? But have you bought upcycled? If you don't buy upcycled, how do you want me to pay for my staff? How do you want me to pay salary? We must move from sitting down and talking about circular economy. We must start living circular economy. So I'm back to circular economy is a lifestyle, my brother, my sister.
Yeah.
24 hours, we must live circular economy.
Thank you very much. I could read of the chat, people are like, this is being intentional and determined, starting from individuals, whether or not you are too practical about this, we shall not give up on circular economy, kind words, so thank you very much for your contributions. I think each and every participant on the call this evening, they are getting values from the discussion. And, talking about all those individual and organizational practices that you've been able to mention to us now. So I feel like I heard Mr. Daniels mention something, as of the last time he was making his contribution. He said that right about now we are even yet to be so concerned about AI and so many other technologies that are open to us. And, that is leading me to want to ask him this question now. Mr. Daniels, can you please share with us some innovative technologies that support a prosperous circular economy in and beyond Africa? I already have an idea of the one you mentioned about, the ATM machine-like kind of setup that when you drop your plastic, it's, returns to you, coins for shopping and all of that. But I feel like there are still more that you know about that you want to share with us. Can you please enlighten us a bit on some innovative technologies that can support a prosperous circular economy in and beyond Africa, sir?
All right, thank you very much for that. All right, so as regards innovation is really key in solving all these problems that we have as regards waste management today. I've talked about the reverse vending machine, which is a lucrative collection system for plastics and other materials. However, that has worked very well in advanced countries. So I'll talk about the ones that are really prosperous or that are at least thriving in Nigeria and Africa today. We know about the digital apps. Madam Jumoke has talked about how the challenges are with collection of recyclables. It's a big challenge for the waste management sector today because the cost of collection is always higher, or most times higher than the worth of the recyclable you are collecting. So how do we solve this problem? We've seen the likes of Packham and different other organizations develop applications that would help aggregate, recyclers in different communities. And with that, you will be able to call for pickups. And it's a very good monitoring tool. So usually, we usually use it to, find a critical mass in a certain environment. So Ibadan, for instance, maybe Challenge. So you have like maybe 500 subscribers around Challenge. I'm not really sure. I know there's Challenge. I know there's Apata. I'm not really familiar with Ibadan very well, but I know my grandmother. I've visited my grandmother there a couple of times in the past. So let's say you have about 500 subscribers in Challenge, and you are able to at least gets maybe 100 pickups on your app before you can even go into challenge to make those collections. So that is one way to, maximize collection and save costs. And we've seen those applications, mobile apps, work very well. We've also seen the case where people drop or companies drop receptacles in different communities. So it's just more like that reverse vending machine, but it is a lesser complicated device. It's just a container. And with the use of AI and Internet of Things, you can measure the fill level. So maybe you drop a very large, maybe GP tank-like container in one place in challenge there, and people in that community would have a bin host. They call them bin hosts that would collect the recyclables, record the weights, drop it in that bin. And when the bin is full, you get a notification from your end as a recycler or as an aggregator or as a recycling company that your receptacle is full and you need to go there to pick up. So that maximizes, your transport cost and things like that. So that is a very good technology that has worked. We also have pyrolysis. Pyrolysis is a method of, breaking down waste chemically and turning it into fuel. We've seen that also happen in advanced country, and it is getting into Nigeria. We've seen companies such as Dow Chemical do that kind of process where plastics are being processed into oils and things like that. So I can go on and on like that. But what I've really tried in Nigeria is the use of IoT or information technology to collect recyclables, because that really addresses logistics problems as it is. Other things I would also like to mention, or lastly, is about the non-problematic plastics. So that is where we really need innovation. Ms. Jomake has talked about these wrappers that are not easily recyclable, and they're thinking about what we do with them. As much as she's really trying, I commend her for the fact that we are trying to see how to repurpose this kind of very challenging plastics. We call them problematic and unavoidable plastics, or problematic and unavoidable materials. Let me not just talk about plastics here, because these materials you need them. You always need to use your toothpaste, you always need to use a tomato paste, you always need to drink juice. All these complicated materials, laminates, you always need all those materials, but then they are problematic, but they are necessary. So what do we do about them? And they are very, very less recyclable. So what do? You just need to find a way. The museum is a really great place to, repurpose this kind of thing, put them together, use it to make another device, maybe a composite material that will last. And aside that, there are also ways, we've seen them being incinerated, but that is also contributing to carbon emission. So that is not even a good channel. But the world today is looking for innovative solutions to, these problematic plastics, and we've not really gotten a good solution yet. Even advanced countries, they still try to recycle it. They incinerate it in a way that it's less, it is producing less emission. Not talk of Nigeria, that we don't even have much technology on ground. So I will leave it at that, especially talking about the use of mobile apps to resolve the problems with logistics in the waste management sector. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Daniel. This discussion is getting further and further interesting. We could just go on and on. There'll be wonderful and amazing and professional insights coming in. And of course, we still have to manage our time carefully. So we've had quite a lot of things that we could do, things organizations could do, from yourself and Madam Olowokere. And I'm quite sure that some of our audience will be having questions, from this discussion. So I quickly want to give room to maybe 2-3 questions. So if there's anyone amongst you that has a question for the speakers, a little time you want to indicate by, using the raise hand function, and we would allow you to ask your questions very quickly, just like in 1 minute. Please, let's have your question so that we can quickly proceed to. Oh, there's Victor there. Yes, Victor, do you unmute yourself and ask your question, please?
Hello, good evening.
Very good
Can you hear me?
Very
Can
clearly,
you hear me?
sir. Can hear you, please go.
Yeah, my name is Victor Zale. I have been listening to all the conversations, and I love every topic, every issue that have been treated here, all the technologies, methods of treating waste, especially the side of Madam turning waste into other products or utilizing them in our gardens. Early this year, I planned starting up a mini garden in my backyard using plastic bottles. I have been gathering a lot of plastic bottles. I have over 100 of them now, but I don't know the direction, the method, or the type of crops to plant, because I wanted to see if I can plant crops that I can use within my house, go to my backyard, pick like St. Leaf or curry or something like that, and use them in my kitchen. That is my plan. I need her guidance. I need her to just advise me on what to do with these pets, the plastic bottles. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Victor, thank you very much. But I think you already answered your own question. You already mentioned pepper, curry, and all of that. Those are things you could plant, right? But yeah, let's have it over to Madam Olowokere, just because you asked for advice. So, Madam Olowokere, please do help us advise Mr. Victor, please.
There are so many things you can plant with your bottles because they are depending on the size of bottle. We have different size. We have the 75 cl, we have the 1 liter, we have the 3 liter. So depending on the kind of crop you want to grow, will determine the size of bottle you can use. But well, maybe you can reach out to me. You can reach out to me that I can give you idea. But for everybody, general information here, you have mentioned curry. You can plant mint. You can do curry. You can do your normal regular. For the 3 liter bottle, you can do okra. You can do cabbage. You can do lettuce. You can do beetroot. In all this bottle, you can make mint. You can do mint. I have garlic inside my bottles. I plant garlic. I have mint. I have peperomia pellucida. I have which other thing do I have inside bottle? I also have spider plants. Spider plants is it's not an herb, but an air purifier. It does very well inside plastic bottle. So you can do spider plants. And you can also reach out to me or check my page. You see some of the designs or some of the pictures of the plant that we've done in plants in plastic bottle.
Thank you very much. And yes, for every other person that would want to seek professional advice from our speakers, do look them up on social media, especially LinkedIn, and they are well positioned and you can easily locate them anytime. Oh, yes, John. John, your question will be the last one we'll be taking this evening. Every other questions should come on the projects community, and our community managers and program managers will do well to help you with answers. So, John, please unmute yourself and ask your question now.
Okay, thank you so much. I sincerely want to appreciate our guest speakers. Personally, I've learned so much. I've had a different perspective and facets of circular economy. Okay, my question goes to our brother. I was not very attentive to get his name. The brother who talked about use of apps to resolve the problem of logistics. I appreciate that tech aspect, the innovative tech aspect to solve these problems. I want to ask, how do we also look at the trade-off between the footprint, the environmental and digital footprint associated with the use of these technologies? How do we consider the trade-off between this environmental footprint of these technological device innovations and the problem we are trying to solve, that's optimizing logistics? How can we reconcile these two? Do also consider the fact that there are digital contribution to sustainability? I want him to look at that aspect. Was he also considered while putting up that innovation, that digital innovation?
Okay.
Thank you. I don't know if my question is understood.
All right, yes, I understand your question. And the use of applications is actually meant to address carbon emissions. It's meant to reduce carbon emissions and subsequently reduce carbon footprints. Because in a case where you have subscribers everywhere in a certain area, and you have to go house to house, maybe you go on Monday 3 times, you have to go again on Wednesday like 5 times here and there to the same location. When you feel their bin is full or they have enough plastics without even getting to be sure. you would spend more time going, you will spend more fuel, and then you are emitting more carbon or more greenhouse gases into the atmosphere by use of the vehicles. But when you have an app that can track how many people are actually calling you for pickups, and you wait till you have enough people in that certain area before you go there, you can make a journey at once. Look at how Madam Jumoke mentioned the fact that, okay, she wants to use the opportunity of, after church to collect some plastics or some recyclables from someone. You are using is it 2 stone or 1 stone to kill 2 birds now? That is how it works. So when you use an app, you try to optimize the process, and you eventually reducing carbon emissions. So that is the positive effect. So it's not a negative footprint implication. It is a positive one, because you are reducing your transport costs, and you're also reducing emissions from going here and there multiple times instead of once. So I hope that clarifies that.
Yes, very well. I think you have quite answered him well, sir. Yes, I'm on to the next, because I wouldn't like to delay us further on this call. Madam Olowokere, this is the point where I just wanted to, in about 30 seconds, advise our audience as we try to wrap up the expert session for this evening. What advice would you want to give to the participants on this 30 days challenge going further on advancing circular economic practices, man?
Okay, I want to encourage everybody that we can do it and we will do it. If every one of us on this call can do these 30 days and beyond these 30 days continue doing it, we will achieve circular economy. I've been doing that some years now. And since we've started the Waste Museum, we've been running circular economy as a lifestyle. We have succeeded, we are succeeding, and we will continue to succeed. So if I can do it without any of all these plenty knowledge and expertise that you guys have on this call, you will do it, and you will do it better than me. And also, I want to say, let's reduce the talk and put action behind our words. So it's not about talking about it, it's about putting action to it. So think circular economy, buy circular economy, practice circular economy, and you can get it as a lifestyle.
Thank you very much, man. That was quite brave and direct. Mr. Daniels, what advice do you have for us before we go this evening?
All right. I would also say get as much value as you can from this program. And just like Madam Jumoke has said, yes, sustainability or circular economy practices should be a lifestyle. I totally agree and align with her. And I also want to employ us to please replicate this practices as much as possible. We have a lot of work to do, a lot of more people to reach in this journey. So as much as you can, just imagine when each and every one of us here speaks with 10 more people, and those 10 more people speaks with 10 more people. That is how we spread the news about, the circular economy, and we get to have people do more sustainable practices. So I want to encourage us to get value from this program. Let it be a lifestyle. Let it not end in 30 days. Let it be something that is continuous. Let us replicate it, and let us bring more people into this motion. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And on behalf of the leadership of ADF Africa, I, want to say, and we want to specially thank you, dear guests, for taking your time out to join us on this session this evening. We really appreciate the good work that you're doing. We appreciate your commitment, your dedication, and even finding it, right for you to create time for us. In between that, your very tight schedule, we really appreciate you, and we thank you for joining us on this very insightful, very practical, and intriguing session that you've given to us this evening. We value you, we appreciate you, and we are saying that until the next time that we would want to hear from you again, that your doors are open. We hope that we would be able to have you again, because of course I'm sure our audience will definitely be reaching out to you across social media, and definitely together for a greener planet, for a sustainable planet, we continue to have the drive. So thank you very much again. ADF Africa kindly and highly values your contribution this evening, Mr. Daniel and Madam Jumoke Pire. We still have about one more thing to do before we go this evening, but just so we don't keep you waiting, that is why we have decided to, if you would want to take your leave now, we really enjoyed the section you've given to us, and we hope that you're going to have a productive rest of your evening. So Mr. Daniels and Madam Jumoke, I see the bye already. Thank you very much. And yes, we had the game section yesterday. I saw that many of you came in your top gears yesterday to eat the game and win it up. But anyways, I do not know who had won the game, or maybe I don't know. Are we interested in knowing who won the game yesterday? If we are not really interested, maybe we should not have it declared. But anyways, Mr. Bioye is going to come on the call now to tell us who our winner for yesterday's game is. So, Mr. Bioye, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mayowa, for how far you've moderated this evening's program. It has been wonderful. Thank you so much. And to every participant that has been on the call this evening, that's awesome. Thank you. So now to the winner of the game. Who is ready to know the winner? Or who is ready to know the winners? Let me see your comments in the chat box. Are you ready to know who is going on with some gifts tonight? Are you ready to know who is going on with some amazing opportunity tonight? Let me see. I can see Radi. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so as we are cooking the list, it's very, very hot. Yes, I want to also still use this opportunity to appreciate all our partners for how far they have been solely behind us in this program. Green Loop, thank you. Geohazard Rigs, Risk Mapping Initiative, Great Agripreneur, everybody, we say thank you. DevTrain, Plugin Nigeria, Sustainable Green, the museum, of course, everybody, Clean Environment. You have all been amazing. This so far so good. Thank you for being part of us. The Southern Environment, Kitron Green Initiative, advocate for green space living, International Climate Change Development Initiative. To all our partners, we say a very big thank you to you for how far you've helped us in the journey, and we know that we will see this journey through. Now, who is ready to hear the winner of yesterday's game? Somebody is ready. So, yesterday was fun. It was interesting. Yes, a lot of responses came in. A lot of people dropped their answer, but then we need to select the best three. So, I will start from where should I start from? The third winner, the second runner up, or what? Okay, so just a quick breakdown about the game. So we are told to pick the most important words out of that puzzle that relates to day 1 to day 5. I knew that we have a lot of words, a lot on that puzzle, but we have specific ones that we are looking for, and actually some set of people got it right. Yes, so out of about 60 or 66 comments we have, only 2 persons, hey, oh my god, only 2 persons got the answer right. But then we decided to hey, Abiba shouted, hey, yeah, only 2 persons got the answer. But we have decided to extend mercy to one other person, because the person actually wrote some words that we're looking for, but added some additions. Yeah, some people also wrote the words, but they included space, and on puzzle there is no space, so that's why they were disqualified. So I'm saying this just to clear the air so that you don't get I did this, I did that. So the game happened yesterday on our LinkedIn profile. I shared the link with everybody. Yes, I believe everybody was aware on LinkedIn. So the third person we considered yesterday for yesterday's game. Who is ready to hear the name? Let me see your emojis in the chat box. Third person is Zainab Zodik. Do we have Zainab Zodik on this call this evening? Do we have Zainab? If Zainab is on this call this evening, can I see you shout? Can I see you shout? Can I see you shout? All right, thank you. So Zainab Sadiq happens to be the third, to take the third position. All right, to the first runner-up, we have very tough one. So we have Abdul Basit Bashar. Do we have him or her on this call? I think it should be him. Abdul Basit Bashar goes home as the second person. That's the second position. Anybody? Do you have him? All right. So the winner, the person that goes home with the crown this evening, who is ready to hear the name? All right. The person is Abiola Alabi. Yes, Abiola Alabi actually got it correctly. There wasn't any error in our post. So congratulations to you guys. We are happy to have you. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. So yes, it's not just to announce the winner. So we're having some gifts that will be shared across. So Mr. Mayo, am I permitted to tell them the gifts here, or we should just mention it on the group chat?
No. Let's have that suspense. Let them get thinking.
All right.
Congratulations, winners. Of course, this is just the first week, right? There are still about 3 more chances for any other person to be a winner, except if you want Alabi to continue to win it every other week. So if you want to, be the next winner, keep an eye on our social media platforms. Keep an eye on our partner social media. Try and follow our social media, follow the partner social media. You never can tell where the game will come from or, when it's happening. But be rest assured, it is happening again next Friday. And of course, there can always be any other winner. So this evening, I really want to appreciate every one of us on behalf of ADF Africa. It has been quite an interesting evening, and on top of it all, an exciting one, coupled with the announcement of the games and everything. I quite believe that we all enjoyed ourselves. We had, very brilliant exposure this evening on the topic of circular economy, and we are all going home as actors and not speakers. Just as Madam Olokere said, the time to act is now. Enough of speaking and speaking and speaking. But as we go this evening, I want you to go with the word: live sustainably, preach sustainability, do sustainability, and of course, continue chatting sustainability. We hope to see you again next week. Another session is on Saturday. Keep an eye on the community. We would announce it. And every other actions that will be coming up, make sure you are a part of it. At any point in time, anything can happen on the community. And of course, one thing I enjoy with the community is the fact that the discussions that are happening on the community, I've had things to learn on that community today. And I really had to mention it to the person that made the post that, yes, I love this. And, I appreciated the person for making such an insightful post. So thank you very much. We appreciate you, and we hope to see you at the next live show. Good night, everyone. Good morning to you all. Good afternoon, depending on your time zone. And yes, this is the end of the live show tonight. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Sustainable high five.